That got me pumped up. Thank you, Hip Hop Squad. Kind of might be nice just to have some backup dancers up here. Good morning. I'm Kyle Hedstrom, Senior Vice President of the Phoenix Final Four Local Organizing Committee. I'd like to thank you all for attending today's 2026 Women's Final Four logo launch. Unfortunately, our fearless leader, Jay Perry, has lost her voice. I was asked to stand in today. Unfortunately for me, all I heard was stand in, not speaking. But I'm up here, I'm excited, and in 480 days, the national semifinals of the NCAA Women's Final Four will tip off right here, Friday, April 3rd. And that might seem a long way off, 480 days, but if you think about it, the young women, the student athletes who will play in that Final Four, they've been dreaming about that moment for much longer time. Here at the PLC, we embrace our responsibility to provide them with the memories that will last a lifetime, regardless of what happens on the court. The Women's Final Four is an incredible undertaking, and it will take an incredible team to pull it off. In Phoenix, we enjoy support from major sporting events, and the 2026 Women's Final Four will be no different. We want to recognize a few people and start off by recognizing our board members who are here with us. Co-chair Ron Price, who you'll hear from in a minute. Our co-chair Tom Sadler, Andy McCain, and Ken Van Winkle. We also want to thank City of Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, the City of Phoenix council members here in attendance today, Councilmember Galindo Evira, Councilmember Gardado, and Councilmember O'Brien. Also, a big thank you to the City of Phoenix for their collaboration in hosting the 2026 Women's Final Four. We cannot deliver on an event of this magnitude without their tremendous support and commitment from all of their departments. That also includes the Sky Harbor International Airport, which has provided safe and efficient transportation for hundreds of thousands of visitors over the last several events. We want to recognize the NCAA, of course, for their phenomenal partnership, their leadership, and for entrusting us with this crown jewel of an event. In 2026, the Women's Final Four will turn west for only the second time in this century. Arizona State University will be the host institution for the 2026 Women's Final Four, and it did a spectacular job over the last two men's Final Fours in 2017 and this year in 2024. We'd like to recognize the Athletic Director, Graham Rossini, Mike Chismar, the Senior Associate Athletic Director, and ASU Women's Basketball Head Coach, Natasha Adair. Also joining us today are GCU Vice President of Athletics, Jamie Boggs, and Women's Basketball Head Coach, Molly Miller. We would also like to thank the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury for their support, and of course for providing this beautiful arena as the site for today's announcement. In the Valley, we're really lucky. We're fortunate to have a strong public support for all these major events and for sure for Women's Final Four. So just want to recognize our partner cities, the City of Avondale, the City of Glendale, City of Peoria, City of Scottsdale, the City of Tempe. Vice Mayor Adams is here, and so thank you for your attendance and support. For the media here today, after the conference, we will have select speakers available for one-on-one interviews. Please see Andy Bagnotto or Kristen Flipson to arrange for that. The Women's Final Four is much more than a basketball tournament. It's a 4-day celebration with something for everyone, and you're going to hear all about the great events later in today's program. I can tell you we are going everywhere across the state already, and the excitement is building for 2026, and everywhere we go, people are asking, how can I get involved? Where can I learn more? And that's no surprise. Arizona is a basketball mecca and has long embraced the women's basketball game. At the high school level, we have 271 girls basketball teams with over 6,000 players statewide. Some of those young women are talented enough to go on to play for one of our 4 Division I state women's programs at the Arizona State University, University of Arizona, Northern Arizona University, and Grand Canyon University. And in the WNBA, of course, we have the 3-time champion, Phoenix Mercury. Woo! One of the league's founding franchises, the Mercury have given us so many thrills in this building with great players such as Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Cheryl Miller, all of them NCAA champions, by the way. The message to girls here in Arizona growing up is dream big, because when you are lacing up your sneakers, anything is possible. Phoenix is a great sports city, and its heartbeat is the thump of a basketball on the hardwood floor. Community impact is another major reason we host these events. In the coming months, we will be announcing legacy initiatives that will ensure the positive impact of the 2026 Women's Final Four lives long after the champion is crowned on the court. Mega events are a source of great community pride, and they're a lot of fun for everyone involved, but they don't happen overnight. There's a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes, and in fact, we've already seen a great deal of that work take place leading up to one important element, the logo for the 2026 Women's Final Four. This is an incredibly special day because we're revealing that logo and the branding, which will then become synonymous with this world-class event, and we're so excited to share it with you. Empowering women is a theme of the 2026 Women's Final Four. In Arizona, that's way more than a slogan. It's a way of life. Arizona has a legacy of strong female leadership. Governor Katie Hobbs is Arizona's 5th female governor. No state has had more. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego is Phoenix's 2nd elected female mayor. And Jen Pokorski, the manager of Maricopa County, is the nation's 4th most populated county, and she succeeded another woman, Joy Rich. So we have a phenomenal legacy, and with that, it gives me great honor to introduce a strong supporter of major sporting events in Arizona, Arizona's Governor, Katie Hobbs.
Good morning, everyone. I am very excited to be here to talk about hosting another major sporting event here in Arizona. And, you know, I am probably biased, but I think nobody does it better than us here in Arizona. And we've had the opportunity to prove this over and over again with Super Bowls, with the Cactus League, and of course, earlier this year with the Men's Final Four. And I know that we are going to put our best face forward once again. The fact that we are here nearly 18 months before the tournament for this kickoff event tells you that we are working hard to make sure that this event is just as successful, if not more, than what we've done in the past. As governor of this great state, I am so excited to host these events because it gives us the opportunity to show off to the rest of the world everything that we have to offer here in Arizona, not just our hospitality and the public safety that we offer to make sure that these events are safe and successful, but everything around the valley that folks can enjoy while they're here participating or enjoying the sporting events. Our cities with great dining and cultural destinations, adventures and outdoor recreation just short drives away from the valley. And we love to show off to our visitors, so we're excited to host them once again for this tournament. We will see tens of thousands of out-of-staters here attending the Women's Final Four, as well as millions of basketball fans across the country and world watching on TV. And we are going to make sure that Arizona delivers a great impression. I am a strong supporter of these major sporting events for the reasons I just mentioned, but also because of the great economic impact they bring to our state. They create jobs, they support small businesses across every sector, put our state in the spotlight, and I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people who were here visiting for an event like this and decided to move here, invest here, and it's a great opportunity for us as a state. I want to thank the NCAA for entrusting Arizona with this Women's Final Four, our first chance to host, and I'm very excited about that. You know, our community, we will unite behind this event. We have done so numerous times, and I know that Arizonans love to show the rest of the world our great hospitality, and we look forward to providing our signature Southwestern hospitality for the NCAA student athletes, alumni, and fans, and everyone who is attending. So congratulations. Let's get behind the women's 2026 Final Four and make sure that it is the best one that we've seen, and we'll get this done. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Hobbs, and for consistently supporting these championship events in Arizona. Another strong supporter is Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego. Unfortunately, she could not join us today, but she has sent a video message for us to share with you.
Hello, I'm Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego. We are so excited to welcome you to the city of Phoenix. Phoenix is a basketball town. We love basketball. We're also particularly excited to host women's basketball. I'm proud to be a female mayor with a female majority city council, and we join statewide elected officials who are women at a very high level. We've had more female governors than any other state. So we think this is the right place to host the event. We have a great team that stays in place and works on major events, from our most recent All-Star game to past NCAA games. We do a great job with big basketball events, and we learn every time, so we're going to do even better for you. Thank you so much for choosing Phoenix, and we can't wait till April 2026.
Thank you, Mayor Gallego. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Ron Pleiss, who is the co-chair of the PLOC and president and CEO of Visit Phoenix. Ron Pleiss, everyone.
Well, good morning, everyone. Excited to be here today. Well, as you know, Phoenix is known as being one of the nation's top tourism destinations, hosting major events. And a lot of people say that hosting major events is part of our DNA. However, one major event has eluded us until now. So on behalf of our entire team, I can't tell you how thrilled we are to add the 2026 Women's Final Four to Phoenix's impressive resume. As downtown Phoenix continues to flourish, it has been proven time and time again to be the ideal location of this magnitude for these events. These events not only showcase our city's growth, but also bring new audiences to witness downtown Phoenix's exciting transformation. Since Phoenix was awarded the Women's Final Four in 2020, downtown Phoenix has transformed like nothing else. New hotels, new restaurants, new entertainment. And while the games and events will be played here in downtown Phoenix, their impact will be felt statewide. These visitors will not only be here, but they'll get up to the Grand Canyon, go to Sedona, maybe down in Tucson and all around. And the 2024 Women's Final Four was the most watched in history, averaging 13.8 million viewers, with a championship game between South Carolina and Iowa peaking at an astounding 24 million viewers. I remember where I was watching that game, and that was incredible. And that type of exposure for us here in Phoenix and the state is priceless. And on top of that, when you start looking at the digital and the print media coverage that the Women's Final Four has grown, it has been tremendous, providing with a huge platform to tell our story about Phoenix and Arizona. And that story begins today with the unveiling of the 2026 Women's Final Four logo. Visit Phoenix was a proud partner in securing the city's first Women's Final Four, and we made a promise during that bid to create an inspiring experience for everyone involved. With today's launch of the 2026 Women's Final Four logo, I'm excited to say that we are ready to deliver on that promise. So thank you so much for being here and your ongoing support. Let's work together to make the 2026 Women's Final Four an unforgettable experience for Phoenix, for Arizona, and everyone involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for. Are you ready? Okay. I would like to introduce Lynn Holzman, who is the NCAA Vice President of Women's Basketball, and she will be unveiling the 2026 Women's Final Four logo. Lynn.
Good morning. I like the feedback. We get to talk about sports, we get to talk about women's basketball, and we get to talk about coming here to Phoenix, as you've heard, for the first time ever. So first, I just want to extend, I'm going to make you all wait a little bit here, edge of your seat. First, I do want to, on behalf of the NCAA and also the Division I Women's Basketball Committee, just want to extend gratitude and appreciation even now, and you'll hear us continue to say this, but to the city of Phoenix, to the state of Arizona, Arizona State University as our host institution, the local organizing committee and leadership, for all the work that's been done to date. As we move forward down this path, the work that we know is coming and the unknown. It takes a community like Phoenix, it takes you within this community, it takes the Footprint Center, it takes Arizona State University, all of us, to recognize and acknowledge what has been happening in women's sports and women's basketball and with this event. When Phoenix signed up for this, it was already blowing itself out of the water, but who could have predicted, as we just heard, what has been happening around Women's Final Four? So to have a community that is poised and ready, that knows how to do major sporting events, proven track record, who has positioned itself wanting this event, getting it, and at a time and a place that we are simply exploding in women's basketball and in women's sports. So we couldn't be more excited to be bringing this event here. As you've heard, in 2026, the national semifinal game will be on Friday, April 3rd, followed by the national championship game on Sunday, April 5th. ESPN, who is the NCAA's broadcast partner for this event, will continue to broadcast the women's Final Four games and many of the surrounding activities, such as our Super Saturday practice that takes place, and many other things through its megacast. And you've heard already the type of reach that is achieved with that. As part of the announced new deal the NCAA has for our championships, including women's basketball that was announced this past January, that means that our championship game is on ABC. That is a guarantee. The amount of reach that ESPN has as a broadcast partner and being on ABC just really positions us to continue to showcase your community and this event. As you've also heard, this is the first time Phoenix has the opportunity to host this event. When I started in this position back in 2018, it was actually one of the directives by our leadership bodies to try to find places west of the Mississippi, if you would, that would really look to embrace this championship. It was a way for us to continue to go out to the community, to continue to build women's basketball, to continue to put women in positions of performing on the court, but also to bring the entirety of the community together, young boys and girls and others, around sports. Phoenix responded to that call. And you've heard that this, even through the bid, it became very clear as it was being pitched to the Women's Basketball Committee that this was one of the last existing major sporting events that Phoenix had not yet had an opportunity to host. Your time is now. Over the weekend, and you'll continue to hear, as you've experienced with other sporting events, we also bring in ways to leave a community legacy impact within the event, ways for fans, even if you're not able to get tickets to the game, to be intricately involved in the event. There will be many, many opportunities, and all free, for you to come out as families, to come out to enjoy many of the entertainment and other things that happen around Women's Final Four. And also, if you don't have the tickets, watch the games, by the way. So the community and the stakeholders of Women's Final Four are also going to show up. Women's Final Four, we are not shy. I am not shy about saying that our goal and what we look to achieve every single year is that the Women's Final Four is the mega, premier, elite women's sporting event in the world. We want Women's Final Four to be a gathering place of sport leaders throughout all sports, not just women's basketball, to come together and to really use the opportunity to come together in a community to coalesce around this spectacular event. Women's basketball has been in a tremendous, exciting time of growth. You heard some of the numbers that were just referenced. Year over year, as we've broken attendance records, last year for the first time we had over 100,000 fans attend our 2 regional sites. The entirety of the championship last year set attendance records, so we're poised to do that. And it is not a question, it is an expectation, and we know it will happen, that this place will sell out. Tickets this year for Tampa, where we are going here in 2025, public on sale tickets went under basically 16 hours. It is the place to be, and we want you here with us. The viewership, as you also heard, one other data point that I do want to point out is last year with those numbers around our championship game, it was the first time in the history of our championship that the women's championship game viewership eclipsed the men's. I said that intentionally because there was also solar eclipse at that time. You'll get my humor at some point here. So as we look to unveil the logo here, as you'll see in the press release and there's other information talking about really the inspirational aspects of the logo itself, really looking as a way to help hopefully honor, to celebrate everything that your great community has to offer. We are so excited about how with you here in Phoenix, with Arizona State University, your local organizing committee, with the Footprint Center, and together with NCAA women's basketball, that we are about to write the next chapter of this amazing historic story. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today. We're really excited to show the video that's going to reveal the logo. And let's get going, Phoenix. Here we go.
In the heart of the Wild West, where the desert meets the sky, basketball is reaching new heights. Among the sweeping canyons and sunlit mountains, Arizona is ready for greatness. This iconic setting will be the backdrop for thrilling performances. Feel the rush as champion seize the court, confetti rains down, and triumph takes center stage. Witness the unforgettable moment of cutting down the nets and raising the trophy high. Get ready, Phoenix, Arizona. The city is about to make history by hosting this premier event for the very first time. An unforgettable experience fans won't want to miss.
Thank you, Lynn. What an amazing logo. We look forward to working with you all and under this banner and collaborate and make this the best women's Final Four in history. Arizona has a flawless record in hosting numerous championships over the years, but we're not a community that will rest on our laurels. This may be our first time hosting the women's Final Four, but it's a perfect fit in so many ways. As you've heard, as a first-time host, we're unbound by some conventions. We're offering a blank canvas. We're ready to paint an unforgettable picture for the NCAA, its student athletes, stakeholders, fans, and residents here in Arizona. The 2024 Women's Final Four smashed every record in the books. You'd heard that. It established a towering standard for future host cities. But our goal, our promise to everyone here today, is that we are going to raise that bar even higher in 2026. So for the media here today, again, select speakers available for one-on-one interviews, and for our guests, we will be hosting a post-event reception. Staff will be directing you to the right. And now, I'm going to invite our speakers back to the stage, but wanted to say thank you again. Thank you for attending. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to the next 480 days and the 2026 NCAA Women's Final Four. Thank you.